from hello to yes on what you're looking for. I watch people get stuck in Frozen, and that breaks my heart. I was once stuck in Frozen too. Greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people.
Texas is in the building.
Yes. Margaret went from getting her undergrad in accounting at Lamar University to getting a tax law degree from the University of Florida Levin College of Law. Today, she's a delinquent property tax attorney at Linebarger, Gogan, Blair, and Sampson. Hope I said that right. She credits her work ethic and character to not shying away from doing whatever she needed to do to get to the next level. She held jobs from being a teller, a waitress, resident assistant to college dorms, to a camera room's attendant at Dillard's, which is why she's so proud that last year she founded Heightened Business Solutions, where she focuses on business tax planning and review, and estate planning and business successions are to follow. So welcome, Margaret Alfred.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, Margaret, there's a whole bunch there. That's extraordinary. And so how are things going with your venture?
So things are going well. And it just so happens that I am per se, in the beginning stages of things. So I'm making sure that I do everything right, which is one of the things that I focus on with other businesses. You don't just want to jump into business. You want to make sure that all of your documents are in order, that you've done everything legal-wise to the best of your ability so that you don't have anything fall back on you on the back end. But things are going great. I have a friend that I'm about to partner with, and we're going to start doing estate planning for a niche market of women doctors that have children.
Extraordinary. Well, Margaret, right off the hop, I say this. My name is Sean Callaghy. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. And before I do that, what's your fun fact?
My fun fact. Okay, well, I had for a very long time the record for deadlift from doing powerlifting when I was in high school.
No way. Would it be okay for you to reveal what your deadlift was?
Yes, it was 365. I wanted to get into the 300 club, and I got all the way up to 365 with deadlift.
Look at you dropping the mic.
She looks like she's all about 100 pounds. I don't know how she did this.
That is amazing. And by the way, Margaret, I am blind. I don't know if you know that. I'm blind, so I can't see what you look like, but that is extraordinary. Regardless of how much you weigh now or then, I mean, deadlifting 365 as a woman is an extraordinary and unbelievable feat. So, and I say that, I don't make that up. When I played high school baseball, football, and wrestled, I was a Division I college baseball player for 4 years. One of my best friends set the New Jersey State powerlifting record in the bench, squat, and deadlifted combined. So I have relevance to those numbers, and that's extraordinary. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. And we'll come back to some other stuff later. But yes, succession planning. I own a 125-person law firm. We do work in the space of innovation law. There could be some correlations there and other things. So extraordinary. And thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Vivian.
My gosh, we have a fellow Latina in from LA. We got Yesenia Rivera in the house.
Hello, I'm so excited.
She went from owning her first business selling accessories at local vendors at 18 years old to joining the family construction business to finally zeroing in on her passion. Today, she loves to protect families and businesses as an insurance agent at New York Life, which is her goal is 5,000 policies in the next 5 years and to use a portion of the proceeds toward a nonprofit that will go toward helping teens overcome trauma like she did, whether it's PTSD, rape, or depression. In fact, she uses her podcast, A Youngster's Perspective, as a platform to help others find peace of mind. So welcome, Yesenia Rivera.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you for including me. It's quite intimidating, but quite exciting. And I'm definitely open to anything that can add value to my career, my profession.
Yesenia, amazing. And can I ask this? You are extraordinary. What would bring up like overwhelm for you a little bit and discomfort in this with your extraordinariness, which by the way, is totally normal to feel and experience, but I'm wondering like what's there for you?
Can you repeat the question? Because you were cutting off, Sean.
Yeah, I'm just saying what would make you feel at all uncomfortable about being here in light of how amazing you are? And footnote, I'm not saying that that's anything but completely normal because people feel that way all the time. But a big part of what we unpack here together on The Real Raw is our ability to step into our greatness and realize that we're not better than or less than anybody, and condition that in around our public speaking, our sales dynamics. So like, what's there for you around, wow, it's a little bit intimidating to be here. Like where does that come from?
You know, I have a strong desire for public speaking, but I think that because I haven't done much of that, sometimes I tend to kind of freeze up, especially when it's behind a camera. But this is exactly what I need, because I need to be challenged to get out of my comfort zone, and I need to be challenged to practice more of what I desire to one day become so great at, which is public speaking and eventually sharing my message out there. Beyond
Well,
my profession is really sharing my message and what my passion is to impact others.
well, you have come to the right space. And what's a fun fact of yours, Yesenia?
Fun fact, I was learning tango back in 2017, and my dream is to actually perform in a dance competition. So that is going to be my goal. Before I turn 50, I definitely am going to be performing tango somewhere.
We have tango performances, deadlifting records, like tax, insurance, business acceleration, and transition. It's a normal Thursday on the Real Raw.
I think you're throwing down the gauntlet, Sean. I think she wants to dance tango with you, and I'll pay her.
Yeah, exactly.
That is extraordinary. We will throw that down. If I will dance the tango with Yesenia, if Yesenia joins us in the ocean at midnight off of the Jersey Shore with 7-foot crashing waves in the shoreline. If that's a yes, I'm a yes for the tango.
I'll bring the flashlights. I'll bring the flashlights.
That's it. So, amazing. Vivian, we got some judges.
We have Holly Meyer in from Jupiter, Florida. Frequently featured on national platforms and local news media outlets for her expert opinions on real estate. Holly is an award-winning realtor, owner, and founder of Meyer Lucas Real Estate. She leads a top-producing team of 12 with a focus in luxury homes. Holly is also a thought leader in sports and entertainment-related real estate transactions. So welcome, Holly Meyer.
Holly is in the building. Last time we saw Holly, it was like on Necker Island and Buck Island and craziness happening. Holly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks so much for having me.
So happy that you're here today. And how about a fun fact about you, Holly, and your amazingness?
Fun fact. So Margaret's is like the coolest fun fact ever. Deadlifting, that's like, that threw me for a loop. I speak fluent German. So my dad's German. And so I grew up speaking German with my dad.
Awesome. And you were, correct me if I'm wrong, you also have quite the athletic background as well. Is that right?
I do. Yeah, good memory. So I played soccer in college and ran track. And then my husband is or was a professional baseball player, and he works in baseball. So I don't get to talk about my athletic accolades very often. So thanks for bringing that up.
He remembers everything. Everything. Remembers everything.
Well, thank you for that, Bella. And Holly, it is awesome. And yes, and for anybody listening out there, what was your experience like on Buck Island, Necker Island? Because people are probably like, what? Like, what's that about? How was that for you?
Gosh, so I've been trying to, and actually you two could probably help me. I've been trying to articulate, I mean, because it sounds so cheesy to say that it was life-changing. Like it literally changed my life for a number of reasons. And one of the reasons being, and I told you this a couple of days ago, but one of the reasons being because I met you two, Bella and Sean. And with Sean specifically, I don't know if you want me to get into this or not, but I will keep it brief. Sean gave me a piece of feedback. It was 2 sentences, and it literally changed my entire life. We did this exercise around the Enneagram. Is anyone here familiar with the Enneagram? So take the test if you haven't before. Vivian, I think you're a 7, just from observing you. But take it. And so I learned so much about myself. So yeah.
Holly, how you are extraordinary, and so grateful for you being here in those kind words. How amazing is Vivian too, right? Like amongst all the other incredible people here, imagine having Vivian just like walking around, like opening the events, the dynamics, sharing her love and magic. Pretty powerful stuff, right?
I want her to just follow me around and be like a woman. I mean, I strap a GoPro to your head and just like have you just, I mean, can I pay you to come out here and just hype me up? Vivian,
I can also feed you. I'm a good cook.
Right?
Vivian has her own incredible show called Dishing It, where she creates change through food and life and health and interviewing and being with amazing people. So she's extraordinary.
And I can't wait to have Sean on my show. That's up next.
Let's get that going. As long as we can make some pizza, I'm a happy man.
Okay, then I'll make you anything you want. I'm easy.
Well, of course I'll be. You set the date. I am there. Vivian, love you. Holly, so thankful for you being here. And Vivian, we got some more. Like we have Margaret, Yesenia, Holly, and
we have in from Tampa, Florida, Jared Mcgabe. He is a trial and litigation attorney at his own firm, the Mcgabe Law Firm, and he went to Barry University. He stands up against the government and Goliath insurance companies to get justice for his clients. A proud moment for Jared was one of his profile cases, which he won, was published nationally. So welcome, Jared.
Hey, everybody.
Jared. Hey, thank you for being here, brother. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. Happy to meet all you guys.
Yeah. So tell us about the case that was nationally recognized.
Yeah, right. So my friend of mine was, he's an attorney. He was running for Attorney General of Florida. And so he was running in a primary race, and he had one opponent. Well, that opponent decided to sue him and say that he didn't properly qualify, without getting into all the legalese of it, but saying he didn't properly qualify to run in the race. And so it went all the way. It went all the way to trial. It should never have gone that far, but it went all the way to trial. And of course, they're issuing press releases back and forth every time something happens in court, and it's the media's watching it the whole time. And we had about 32 days to prepare for what normally would have taken like maybe 6 months. So anyways, we flew up to Tallahassee, had the trial up there. And of course, and I have a reporter live tweeting everything I'm saying. So and I found that out afterwards, because everybody's like, I'm like, yeah, I said this and that. And his campaign manager, it says, oh yeah, I know. I was like reading the live tweet of everything you were saying. And I'm like, oh, okay, but yeah, so we, the judge just slammed us at trial and said, nope, you lose. You're wrong, type of thing. And so we immediately appealed it, because we were convinced the judge was wrong. And then we got the higher court just put their kind of put their gavel down and said, no, you guys win, judge was wrong. And so that got published in a lot of you guys are attorneys or no, that got published in it got published, and then it got picked up by Westlaw and Fast Case and all that. So now I have a case there with my name on it. And
hey, well, thank you for standing for truth. Thank you for standing for judges paying attention and getting it right. That's extraordinarily important work in the world, my friend. So thank you for that. What's your fun fact?
I'm trying to think of a new one every time. So fun fact, I skydived over next to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and also over the Alps in Switzerland.
Nice, dude. Like Rockies and Alps, awesome. Can I give you a fun fact of mine?
Yes, please.
So do you remember Scott Rothstein? Does that ring a bell, from Fort Lauderdale, the Ponzi schemer?
No, but I believe you.
Yeah, so he was a $1 billion Ponzi scheme, the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of South Florida. He blew out the birthday candles on the governor of Florida's birthday cake. And I had the unique distinction of fighting with my client and the former head of white collar crimes for the FBI, who I brought down with me as an investigator to assess the situation.
Right.
And because of level 5 listening that we teach masterfully in the formula here at Unblinded, I was like, this is unbelievable. This guy, who everybody in Florida loves, who might be the attorney general, would have been the attorney general if John McCain was elected president, I'm pretty sure that this is all not real. And so I was the first person to report Scott Rothstein to the FBI. He's now doing 45 years in federal prison. They initially ignored me, then a second complaint came in, and that guy is in the MSNBC American Greed episode. We'll leave that story for a different day. But yes, I was the first person to report Scott Rothstein to the FBI, and that's the power of what we're doing here. So when you share with me, you're overcoming injustice and what you did, it resonates deeply in my heart. So great job, my friend.
Well, thank you. And that's a cool fact. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Rothstein, Rosenfeld, Adler, MSNBC, American Greed, unbelievably crazy story. So Vivian, we got somebody else to go with Holly and Jared. Who we got?
We have in from New Jersey,
Hey.
Dr. Dan Tomasulo.
Hey.
Although he'd rather be called Emperor, Sean, just so that you know.
Emperor Dr. Dan is in the building.
He's also the positive psychologist expert. Dan is the academic director of Columbia University Spirituality Mind Body Institute.
No way.
Yes, way. And he believes in the science of happiness, which is to skip trying to fix the weak traits to improve upon and instead focus on the positive traits and cultivate that. Dan covers this in 2 Amazon books, Learned Hopefulness and Cultivate Happiness, the Power of Positivity to Overcome Depression. Dan's also created something called Interactive Behavioral Therapy, a group therapy for people with intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. And what makes Dan a successful psychologist for over 25 years is part changing the anxiety of transformation, in using humor in his own life and adding a positive spin in some of the dark moments of his own life. In Confessions of a Former Child, Emperor, he talks of controlling streetlights, doing CPR on a Raggedy Ann doll, and being locked up in a rubber-walled hospital as his wife was in labor. I love you. I can't wait to hear more. Love you, Dr. Dan Tomasulo, aka the Emperor.
First Emperor, roar, lions roar. From one person to another. So thank you for that.
Yes. Jersey.
Jersey, and I was a Columbia Lion myself. I was captain of the baseball team in 1992. Ooh. So, and tell us about this. Like, what's your fun fact, Emperor?
Well, I used to be a stand-up comic for a couple of years at the Improv in New York, and I was also a trial attorney, consultant, so a trial lawyer attorney. So that's
so cool.
So both ends of the spectrum.
Yes. Can I tell you my second fun fact of the day, because it'll be relevant to what you did?
Yeah.
I once paid jury verdict consultants $250,000 to work on a case. They told us we couldn't win. We had no chance. I had no idea what I was doing. I was totally crazy. We'd be lucky to get $1 million, and we got 27 million. So don't tell me.
Awesome. It's a real privilege to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's a
for
privilege to
inviting
have
me.
you, brother. Thank you for being here. This is fun.
This is fun. And it's going to get even more fun when I tell you about who our role player is.
Who's our role player?
Oh my God. She's also known as the sales sorceress. And she used to sell cute little trinkets on her front lawn to make money because she was a hardcore entrepreneur since she was 7 years old. Then she went on to build a multiple 7-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada, people. She places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country at Align Sales, where she happens to be CEO. Welcome, Bella Verità.
I all of a sudden feel like quite a gangster.
Love gangster. I like you as a gangster.
Yeah, I am totally feeling gangster. Maybe I should share my gangster fun fact today.
Yes, please.
Because I stopped calling Bella. I dubbed her the sales gangster. She's like, I'm the sales sorceress. I'm not so sure about the sales gangster. And I agree. Sorceress, heart-centered magic, but sometimes like sales gangster just pops for me. So if you're in that mode today, Bella, let's run with it. And what's your fun fact?
I had a different fun fact. So I'm going to share 2 fun facts because, Vivian, was going gangster on me. So, I actually, after selling crafts on my front lawn, then like many great entrepreneurs, I went into dealing drugs for a few years while I was in high school. Cause like every great entrepreneur starts selling drugs, right? I mean, that's how Jay-Z got his start. So,
Can I just tell you that when we were on Necker and you said that, so you guys came a day late, right? So Sean and Bella were able to introduce themselves separately. And so Bella's doing, her introduction, and she says that within 3 sentences. And I feel like the entire tape, like every single person went, what? Like, you have my attention. Go on. Like, tell me more.
Yes. So then, Sean, my next fun fact is going to turn you red. So I don't know if you're ready for this one. So I just, I had a driver that just took me to Houston and back. And my fun fact from that drive is I was educating my driver on manscaping. Because I was a stylist for 12 years, and I actually taught classes, and I taught men how to manscape. True story. True story.
I'm not even hearing this. This is not no. So, Bella, I'm not even going to ask fully the definition of manscaping, but I have a feeling I get like the general picture. So, am I actually turning red, or is that not happening yet?
I think you. I think you might be.
Oh my God. So
He also told me that he has never felt so. When I got in the car, his cologne was extremely potent. He had more cologne on than any human being should ever have on. And he said that the way that I asked him, because when we stopped to go to the bathroom, I kindly went from hello to yes to ask him to go to the restroom and take some of it off because it was like nauseating me. And he told me that he had never he'd never wanted to do something for someone so much in his life because of the way I asked him to go please clean off this cologne.
Well, Bella Verita, hello to yes works in every single thing, including conversations about manscaping, the taking off of cologne, everywhere, every time. And this is the Real Raw. And that's what we're here to do. So Bella, welcome and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the hostess with the mostest host and baddest asser of all is Sean Callaghy. I don't even know if any of that made any sense, but Sean is one of only 2 lawyers out of 1.2 million in America to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, and the only one that is blind. He's also one of the top influencers in the world who appears regularly on national TV. And of course, he's chief visionary officer of Unblinded Sales Mastery, who created this experiential platform, AKA the Real Raw, to showcase the magic of the formula that he's been curating for the past 23 years. Your aim is to step onto the stage, contestants, grab the mic, share your authentic self with the hotbed of talent that's in front of you, and align your purpose with others in an organic way in order to form ecosystems. And just like that, you make more money, more magic in less time with more money, and Sean will help you see how influence is a superpower. Isn't that right, Sean?
Well, Vivian, you have just demonstrated the superpower of influence as you have rocked it, as did all these incredible people. To get started, you're like, hey, let's get started. We did. You sharing all of your amazingness, the fun we're having, the connection, the openness. This is what it looks like when extraordinary human beings come together to make the world a greater place and maybe make a little bit more money in a little less time with a little bit more magic for all the things we want to do with it. So Vivian, love you. We are so grateful for you. Have a beautiful, thankful Thursday because we are thankful for you.
And I am thankful for all of you. So thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye.
Sales Gangster. I promise I won't go back to it unless you give me permission to, but can I call you Sales Gangster for today or no?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Bella Verita is here. My level 5 listings, not quite sure on that one. So Bella.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. We will go with Bella Verita, the sales sorceress, and maybe drop in on Sales Gangster occasionally because that energy is present in the house today. You're extraordinary. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Who's going first?
I'm excited to hear more about Margaret. Let's go with Margaret.
Let's do it.
Margaret.
She lifts weights and lifts heavy things and is a badass. So I feel like she can handle this first thing.
Like all the things.
Yes.
So Margaret, Bella can be anybody you want her to be. She can be an ideal client avatar. She could be herself. She could be a specific person. Anybody you want her to be. And this is about going from hello to yes. So who would you like Bella to be?
Bella can be a new client coming in that is interested in understanding how she can save money on her taxes, on her business taxes, how to minimize her tax liability and retain more money for her business.
Outstanding. Could be like Bella herself as the woman entrepreneur she is, or whatever she wants to do with that. Judges, what we're assessing in this opening round, because 2 3-minute rounds, there's no need for these 2 amazing people to go from hello to yes in round 1. What round 1 is about is the opening of listening, the creating of heart-centered connection, and maybe, just maybe, putting a little something at stake, because we all do make our decisions from places of avoiding pain much more than gaining pleasure. So, Margaret, you have 6 minutes. This is not boiler room. We're not pitching. We're not hooking, we're not closing here. This is integrous influence, creating acceleration, value exchange, and moving forward with a yes. 6 minutes to do it. You might get interrupted about halfway through. Yes, Margaret, Bella's ready. Are you?
Yes.
Please take us in.
Can I refer to you as Bella?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, Bella. My name is Margaret Alfred. I know that you're interested in learning more about how to save on your taxes. But before we get into business, I really want to know more about you and what you're looking for, what inspires you to do what it is that you do.
Yeah, what inspires me is helping women create financial independence through sales. And because I used to get myself into relationships where I would be financially dependent and then, become dependent and then run out of money and couldn't find my way out. And they were abusive relationships. And a few years ago, when I recognized the pattern and ended a relationship, I got really super passionate about teaching women like the power of sales and like how to make money and how to keep money. And so that way, if I ever do get into a relationship again, it will be very, very different.
Well, one thing I want to say is thank you so much for what you offer. I was raised to be independent, so I completely understand why you think the way you think. It's very important to be financially stable yourself before you add someone else to the equation.
Yeah.
But I would like to know more about how exactly it is that you make this money independently for these women and for yourself.
Yeah, so I place women sales professionals. So I have a sales agency. And so what I do is I actually help women get sales jobs and place them with other entrepreneurs or business owners.
Okay, so you're an intermediary. You make sure that the people get to the places they need to be to make money.
Yep, like a recruiter. Yep.
Great. That's fantastic. Well, is there any chance, and I just want to ask you this question just to get you thinking, do you think personally that you are minimizing your taxes to the best ability of yourself, or do you think that there may be some room to have further savings?
I definitely think that there is room for sure. And yeah, I'm definitely, interested in, in about 30 seconds, I have another call I need to take really quickly. But I've enjoyed like getting to know you and would definitely, I don't know anyone who doesn't love saving money.
Yes, of course. Well, what I can do is do a follow-up email with you and we can set up a time to where I can send you some information. And
well, actually, I think I'm going to just call you. Give me about, 20 seconds. And then I got to take a quick call and I'm actually going to call you right back.
Oh, wow. Well, that's fantastic. I will be more than happy to speak with you on how we can save you money today and come with a better plan for the future for you to continue to save money.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent job, Margaret. How'd that feel for you?
I was nervous, but it was only, slightly. And it was a good conversation. Like, I felt like we did a good, I had to, in the beginning, train myself to be like, stop, not business. Go back to who she is as a person and get down to why it is that she does what she does.
Awesome. Bella, how'd that feel for you?
It was great. It was beautiful.
Nice. Yesenia, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, who would you like Bella to be?
Okay, I want it to be a cold call because that's one of my challenges more than anything. Bella is going to be a women-owned roofing contractor. Okay.
Nice.
So the name is going to be ABC Roofing. I just, make it easy for myself.
Okay.
And I will refer to you as Bella or Belle. Okay. Is it Bella or Belle?
Bella.
Bella. Okay. So we're just going to have a conversation and I'll take you through the process of where I'm trying to go with the call.
All good. Hey, Bella, Yesenia came ready.
She did. Yeah. This is fantastic.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hi, is this Bella from ABC Roofing?
It is.
Hi, Bella. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Yesenia. I just relocated into this area from the Central Valley here in California. And what I'm doing is I'm making connections with my local contractors in my surrounding area to share very important information that I know you're going to find it of a lot of value. Would you be okay if you give me 3 minutes of your time?
Sure. I have about 2.5 right now.
Okay, well, I'll get right to it. I really appreciate your time. I know how busy it can get with you being in job sites and running field appointments for those estimates. But I just want to let you know that the way I got your information is through the CSLB database, which is a public information for everybody. And like I said, my specialty, my market is contractors. And seeing that you're a roofing contractor, I wanted to just kind of come off and share a little bit information as to something that's affecting contractors right at this moment. Have you heard of the Senate Bill 123?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, probably. I probably have. Yes, I probably know all about this bill.
Okay, well, what it is, it's a retirement savings plan that small business owners have to have in place, and they have to provide options to their employees. And there's deadlines to this bill, and the penalties that come with the bill can range anywhere from $250 to $500 per employee. But in reality, there's options for you as an employer. So really, my whole purpose is to bring awareness, to educate you, to see if I can schedule an appointment to jump on a Zoom and go through a 20-minute presentation to show you all the options that you have. Would that be something that is of interest to you?
And so, and what is it that you do again? Like, and what made you choose me?
Okay, my target market is contractors. I'm in financial services and the insurance.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, now, okay. Yeah, sorry.
So my whole purpose is really to just schedule a 20-minute appointment, since I know you're busy at this moment, and get you on a call next week on a Zoom call so that I can go through the whole explanation of what the Senate bill entails and how you can have a proactive plan in place.
Got it. Okay, sure.
So how is next week for you? Maybe Wednesday or Thursday? Which day would be better?
No, you got a quick phone call?
Yep. Okay, you wanted me to interrupt it early? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. We're gonna
I gotta
call-
run right now and I'll be back.
Yeah, we're gonna like do a little interrupt so we can sort of continue with a couple of like objections and questions in round two. Excellent job, Yesenia. How did that feel for you?
You're on mute, Yesenia.
It was good. Of course, there's always going to be room for improvement, and that's why I'm here, because I need to see where my weak points are and how to kind of overcome these objections and what to prepare with, you know?
Yes, but excellent work. Very congruent, like very present. Yeah, awesome job. So let's drop in with our extraordinary judges. So again, round one, we're looking at like heart-centered connection, like openness. Was Bella like with a congruently unique Yesenia and Margaret? So there's like some gravitational pull. Scale 1 to 10 score after 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized. Holly, what do you got for Margaret, please?
Margaret, so I think you did a good job establishing a personal connection, but I think you could have dug a little bit deeper. Is that what you want? You want 15, right? It's 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you actually did a really good job. Like, I think you did good.
Excellent. And what did you have for Yesenia?
Oh, sorry, Yesenia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And Bella, I interrupted. I'm sorry, Bella. What was your score? I'm sorry.
Four.
Holly,
Sorry,
what was
4
your
for Margaret. I gave you a 5. And Yesenia, I am giving you a 5 too, because you were really factual and very like data driven, but you sounded kind of robotic and like you were reading.
All right, very nice. We're going to drop in on a little bit of that soon. Holly, excellent job. And let's go with the Emperor, Dr. Dan. What do you got for Margaret?
What I really liked, Margaret, was that you made this really nice connection. There was this understanding in the beginning. It was very warm and open. And then you kept clarifying the feedback that you were getting. So there was this shaping, this molding of making the connection, clarifying it. And then there was an invitation. You were sort of inviting her in, which I thought it was really lovely, like a funnel. You know, you kept allowing and pulling them in, and then having this invitation. And then finally at the end, there was this sense of a connection with the sale. You know, you were really making the connection. So for me, I give you a complete 5 on that, because it was crafted, it was warm, it was inviting, and brought you in.
Excellent, Dr. Dan. And what did you have for Yesenia?
Yesenia, I thought you were very well prepared. The thing for me is that you were doing a really good job of thanking, saying thank you for the time. There was an ingratiation, so that you knew that you were an imposition. You're a cold call, right? So you really did a really good job in the beginning of that, and then you offered something that was nice in terms of a transition because you said, "Do you know about this?" So it now that you sort of had her, you had this question that brought her in. The thing that I would say was hard was that as soon as you introduced the bill, it was all about negativity. In other words, this bill, it's about problem, 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 and it shifted from this nice invitation to something fear based, and so that was the part. I wish there could have been more about your intention of something positive, a benefit for her, rather than a fear-based element.
Mm.
And so I'd give a 4.
All right, excellent, my friend. Jared, what'd you have for Margaret, please?
Yes, I thought you did a great job making a connection. I thought that was pretty good. You spent the right amount of time on that. It's given that that's one of the parameters, I think, of phase 1 here. And no, I thought that was great. And as far as, yeah, you could have gone a little bit more into the meat, maybe perhaps dug a little bit deeper there. But overall, I'd say you hit what you were supposed to hit, and did a great job connecting. So and we're rating people out of 10.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'd give you like an 8.
Nice. And how about for Yesenia?
Okay, for Yesenia, yeah. I thought, yeah, you got. I mean, you were very knowledgeable and you were confident about your product and had confidence in yourself. And I thought that was great. And you did a good job of getting through to Bella and getting through to her and getting her to say, yeah, okay, this seems like, wow, I didn't realize this was an issue, but now I'm thinking it might be an issue. So you did a good job of getting in there. And so, yeah, I'd give you an A as well.
Nice. Excellent job, Jared. We are ready for round 2. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Dr. Dan, Emperor, and Jared. And Bella, are you ready for round 2? Bella? We lost the sales sorceress.
Hey, sorry, I had to walk away for a second. I'm back.
Okay. So are you ready for round 2, Bella?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go with a little reversal. Yesenia, you're going first.
Okay, so with round 2, I'm simply just going off of what I left off on, right? Just to make it.
And Bella was like gonna have a couple questions about like what's happening and going from there. And this round, what we're being scored on is how you convey like your unique skill sets in the area, have her see her future potentially in working with you, and then go deal with any objections and get to yes. Good?
Okay, Bella, so how long has it been that you've been in the roofing industry?
About 25 years.
Awesome. And what was your story? Were you kind of like brought into it because of family, or it's a trade you chose?
No, I actually was brought into it as family. I started helping my dad as a little girl, like on roofs and like building houses and stuff. And, just kind of grew up, he was a jack of all trades, a handyman. And as he was building houses, it was the roofing part that like I just loved the most because it was like the finishing touch. And so I just decided to kind of specialize in that area.
Oh, that's a touching story. So being that you've been in the business for so long, Bella, are you like a small business certified business?
Yeah, I would say we're a small to medium sized business.
Oh, that's great, because that opens up great opportunities when it comes to government contracts and federal contracts.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do, I know that you had to take the call, but as I was saying, my whole idea is to bring awareness. And I do it through 2 methods. One method is to get you on my email list where I send out monthly updates.
I don't read emails. Please don't put me on an email list.
Okay, so
I have an assistant that reads emails and I only read like what I have to. So please don't put me on an email list.
Okay,
that like sounds terrible.
That one's out of the options, but that is just something to have as a resource to go back and follow through. But the other one would be just to get you scheduled on a Zoom And really what I want to go through on this process of Zoom is really just focus on the solutions, focus on the options, focus on what you can do to simply be proactive and have something in place that could even be at no cost to you. Does that sound something that we can work with on a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so next Wednesday, I have 2 spots open at 11 a.m. and at 3 p.m. What time frame works better for you?
I would say 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay, so here's what I normally do to prepare for my meeting. I do have your license information because I got all this information off the CSLB database. I have, information in regards to the address of the business, the name of the business. What I'm going to do is send you a form just to get a little bit more information in regards to how close you may have. If you have something in place already, and just kind of look into what is it that you currently have in place as a plan. It's a very basic questionnaire, 5 questions, and it'll at least give me an idea of what to prepare with when I come and meet you next week on Wednesday. And I'm really just going to take you through the process of understanding what are your options in regards to this law. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, and you take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Excellent job, Yesenia. How'd that feel for you?
It felt better. I need to keep that awareness that I can't do the fear-based factor. I think that I didn't think about that when I, was doing my calls. I was using that approach. So I definitely like the whole positive message to it. So that's really going to be where my focus is going to be at now.
Nice. Yeah, I got some thoughts. We'll drop in a second. Margaret, Bella is back and ready for round 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, please take us in.
Hi, Bella. I'm so glad that you were able to get back on the call with me. I appreciate you spending the time to talk back with me.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to do a simple recap, and that was that you spoke on being in sales, and you particularly like to help women become more independent by making sure they have a source of income. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, the service that I do provide is geared more towards looking at your previous tax returns. The IRS allows me to look back at the last 3 and do an amended return on those if need be. And then I would like to also look at your current tax planning strategy. So I just have a couple of questions that I want to ask you. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. So do you currently have a professional who's handling the taxes for your business?
I do have someone. I'm open, but yeah, I do.
Okay,
have someone
good.
I've been working with.
Yeah. Do they create financial statements for you,
Yes.
to your knowledge? Okay,
Yes.
great. That's good. Do you know what kind of software they use?
I do not.
That's not necessary. But what I would ask is I would need your past 3 tax returns.
Okay.
And then if you could please consult with your tax professional and ask them for your most up-to-date tax statements.
Okay.
That would be very much beneficial, because what we'll do is the next time we speak, I have an Excel sheet. And the way I provide value is I take the last 3 returns and I'll evaluate those to make sure at those given years you optimized your tax savings. Okay. But then for now, what I would do is take your financial statements, develop a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 tax plans and strategies for you. And then you would get to choose which one you think is best for the vision you see for your business.
Okay.
And based on that, okay. Yeah. So thus far, you understand what I said thus far?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. And so before we finish talking the next time, I have this Excel sheet. It's going to be where I actually put in information based on those financial statements that you provide. And you'll already have a document that specifies just what you could be saving thus far. But it's not the actual plan nor the implementation. In order to do that, there is a fee because I provide value up front. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I would love to set an appointment for our Zoom call so we can go over this Excel sheet. When's your best availability?
Excel spreadsheets. Yay, my favorite.
When's your best availability so I can contact you for that Zoom?
Yeah, we can meet tomorrow. That's fine.
That sounds fantastic. How does 2 sound?
Sounds great.
I'll see you at 2, Bella.
Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a good day.
You too.
Excellent. Margaret, how did that feel for you?
It felt good.
Okay, so let's go. I know, Bella. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with this. Yesenia, would you give me permission to be you in a role play?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how about would you be Bella? So when I say Bella, like that's for this role play, that's you, Yesenia.
Okay.
Cool?
Yes.
Okay. So you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, hey, Bella, thanks so much for taking the call. I know you only have about 3 minutes today, but I really appreciate you taking this call.
Oh, you're welcome. What is it that I can help you with?
Yeah. So what you can help me with, or I can help you with, excuse me, is this. And if you don't want to hear another word, I understand, but we're in the position of supporting you in saving money and in finding money, which of course makes it sound like a cold call, which it's not, but it's not. And just for the fact that this is like 30 seconds in, does it sound at least unique enough and curious enough that you want to talk for 30 more seconds?
Yes, saving money is always going to be something that I'm looking for, but I do get a lot of these sales calls, so I really don't know what you can offer me.
Absolutely. So listen, you are a business owner, correct? And you own a roofing company. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So there are credits that exist and other provisions that the state and the federal government provide that we find. And what we do, my name is Yesenia, right? And what I do is I support a look into this. So I'm a licensed professional. This is, I'm in the space of financial services, but the way that I create relationships with my clients is I first find you money. That's what I do initially. So does it sound at least like a little bit interesting or no?
I'm definitely interested.
Okay. So Bella, my question would be, it's not common that a woman entrepreneur is in the space of contracting, roofing, and I just want to congratulate you. It seems quite extraordinary. So how did you get into this business in the first place?
I actually took it over from my father. He passed away, but since I was 9 years old, I was working in the office for him. And, I really seen the day-to-day operations. And when he suddenly passed away due to a heart attack, I decided to jump on the license, take over the license, and continue running the business because I had a lot of families depending on pretty much my father's business.
Wow. I'm hearing your heart. I'm hearing your family commitment. And from one woman entrepreneur that's family committed to another, I applaud you. And so can I ask this though, Bella, like, where's this all going? Like, what's the vision of what you're creating here?
Well, when I started this, I didn't see it as a long-term thing. I thought maybe in 2 to 3 years I can close up company and, just focus on my own career path, which is property management. But when I started seeing the great potential in this industry, when I realized that there's certain certifications that you can go after, like a women-owned business, a small business, enterprise, you're able to have first pick to the federal grants and to the state grants. So I started landing a lot of these contracts because there was not very many women in the roofing industry. So my business just blew up overnight per se. And my long-term goals is really to open up various divisions throughout California.
Wow. So huge vision. And Bella, it seems like you just really sat back, unlike a lot of folks, figured out an incredibly innovative plan and executed, and everything is flying. So congratulations.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Could I share in the last 30 seconds just a little bit about me and a thought of perhaps what we could do next?
Yes, please do so.
Okay. Yeah. So again, my name is Yesenia, and what I've seen in the world is that people, business owners, suffer. And they suffer at like smaller and larger levels, but that suffering is rooted in not confronting and dealing with their money optimally. Money is complex. Money compounds over time, and all sorts of different emotions circulate in and around money, family, business, like our own like history and conditioning. And what I lean into is all of those emotional dynamics and the very practical dynamics of how money compounds over time. And my vision, my desire is to partner with clients that are heart-centered, that are aligned moving forward. But the way, again, that I start is by having a quick review, 30 minutes or so, related to your business to see how I can find you money and take a look. So how does that feel for you? And what are your thoughts?
Wow, that's very touching. Very few people have that experience of dealing with business owners and the challenges we face. So I truly am interested in sitting with you and seeing what options you have for me.
Oh, awesome. Okay, out of roll, Yesenia, how did that feel for you?
Natural, strong, just like, you truly took that interest and you really do care about that business, about that relationship before the sell. And like you really are just wanting to focus on bringing value to them. So that is going to be the one I'm going to use from now on.
Yes. And you know who taught me how to do that, Yesenia?
Excuse me?
Do you know who taught me how to do that?
Who taught you how to do that?
The one and only Bella Verita. Bella, what say you?
That was magical. Absolutely magical.
No, you're awesome. Thank you, Bella. So should we hit the judges? Yes, I think. So Jared, what say you, my friend, in that round and a score for Margaret?
Margaret, she did a great job explaining the process. I thought that was really good, that she got in there and really laid it out for her client. Did a good job closing the client as well. And overall, I'd give her probably 9.
Nice. And how about for Yesenia?
Yesenia, I thought she did a great job getting to the point and getting, it's very, very clear with her client about what she wanted and how she was going to help. It did, at times, it did feel a little forceful. And so, but overall, I mean, good, overall good. And I'd give her a 9 as well.
No, thank you. And Jared, thank you for bringing like your justice seeking, heart centered, like making things happen in the world present on the Real Raw today. How was it for you?
Oh, it was good. It was good. You guys are all great, if not better than I am at this stuff. And so it's great to see you guys, listen to you, hear you, and pick up and learn. And that's what I did today.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for being here. And we've learned from you as well. And thank you very, very much. Let's go, Holly. How are you? And what say you?
Good, I'm good. Okay, so Yesenia, I loved how you had more personal questions up front. But when you just role played with Sean, I think that, like you hit it on the head that you'll use that one going forward. I feel like you just need the questions to ask, like, cause you're nailing it in your, yeah. And then also one thing that I teach my agents is so your objective is to, like, you were going over the nuts and bolts of how you do business with your clients. So like you send them, I think you were saying like you are going to, when you meet with them, you'll go over XYZ ABC. I think as part of your pitch, I would eliminate that because they don't care about what you need from them. But I think it was really good. And I think that you're, and I'm just being super critical, like your nails. But I feel like if I was in your position, I'd want to hear that too. So good job. Really good job.
Holly, dropping wisdom left and right. And what'd you have for Margaret?
Margaret, okay, so the second time you did it, I feel like, and it maybe is nerves because you're in front of everybody, but your natural cadence is so good. Like your natural voice is so much different than it was the first time. And so if this is being recorded, go back and listen to how, like the first time you were a little bit robotic. And then the second time you were like, at the end, you were like, all right, thanks, Bella. And it sounded like you wanted to say like, thanks, girl, I'll talk to you later. And that is like how you build rapport, right? But yeah, I thought the second one was so good. And then you had the opportunity to make an Excel joke. And you should always make the Excel jokes. So do that. But good job, to you.
Oh, Holly, awesome. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today, Holly. And how was it for you?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. When you were doing your thing with Yesenia, your inflection is so, the way that you ask questions, like I wrote down, so in my, how relating it to me, it's, you are a homeowner, correct? Like you said, you asked her a question about being a roofer, and just the way that you like, it's like the tiniest adjustment in your inflection when you're on a cold call. And I actually looked down while you guys were, you walk away when they're doing the role play, right? So you can't see it, or I mean, you can't see it anyway, but so that you're listening to it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So on the phone, that's actually, so when we role play here internally, doing the role play where we're not actually looking at each other, when we're role playing cold calling, I think is a huge takeaway for me. I think it's different than if you can see each other.
Yeah. Amen. Well,
thanks for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate you very much, Holly. Dr. Dan, Emperor, what do you got, my friend?
Well, let me start with Margaret. First of all, I would agree very much with what Holly said about the roll through. You know, it really seemed to warm up, but you have this great element of like, let me recap, let me make sure, let me clarify. So there's like, I don't know, fluffing the pillows kind of thing. You have this really lovely way that moves it into this funnel. I said that in the beginning. It keeps moving it down, and there's a lot of check back and agreement with that, which is superb. And then you get to the bottom part, which is like, and it'll be your choice when I present you with something. And oh, by the way, there's a fee. And oh yeah, sure. By the time they get there, it's like all it's all that in a bag of chips. So it was really just very organic. It seemed very organic and well scripted and structured.
Absolutely, Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan, by the way, what kind of chips do you like?
I really like poker chips because they are so hard. They last forever. You put one in your mouth on Tuesday, and by Saturday that sucker is still there. I love
Because,
that.
yes, as Paul Newman said in The Color of Money, of course, money won is twice as sweet as money earned. So, Dr. Dan, what do you have for Yesenia?
So Yesenia, I really like that you started with again. Tell me your story. You know, the warm up, the kind of getting ready. And I would also again agree a bit with Holly about the here's my work. I'm going to send you I'm going to put you on my email list. You may as well have because I think somebody on the other end of that is going to have a real hard time. Oh my God, I'm being because it means work for me. I'm hearing less about what you're going to do for me and much more about the work I'm going to have to do. And then about the preparation part, there was more about what she would have to do to prepare. So when I was watching Sean go through the correction, the role play on that, all the elements about having her buy in, keeping it positive, keeping it supportive, were really there. And the parts about what I can do for you, I'm going to find you money. That is much more appealing than you don't want to break the law, and I'm going to send you an email list.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you, Doctor. Excellent.
Sure.
And how was your day on the railroad today, Dr. Dan?
This is my virgin voyage here, and I want to tell you, I'm impressed. The role playing stuff is exquisite. My training's in psychodrama, and so to actually see drama therapy and a dramatic enactment, and to see it so crisp, and actually watching your correction show in real time was fantastic, just fantastic.
Dr. Dan, thank you. And I could feel the resonance of your influence mastery. So I've spent 23 years, not academically, I was a political science major at Columbia. I'm a licensed attorney, but this has been a study of my life. So I could feel the resonance, and hearing Holly, yourself, Jared today. This is an extraordinary group. I'm very thankful. We've done more than 400 of these since COVID began.
Wow.
And so thank you guys for being here. Truly appreciate
Fantastic.
it. Thank you. Yes, Yesenia, how was today for you?
It's a true privilege. I just want to thank you for including me. I got that random call on Tuesday. I took on the invitation and I said, this is a one in a lifetime opportunity. And it's, a little bit, like I said, fearful, but those are the challenges I need. I mean, the way you played out that script, it was like what I needed, what I've been, what's been holding me back, what's been, my own obstacle. And now I feel very confident, and I'm like, tomorrow it starts again and I'm going out there. So thank you so much for this. And I love the energy of everybody, of all the everybody that just, is part of your team.
Yeah, we have fun, and we consider ourselves to be the talent hotbed for influence in the world. And that's our space and what to do with it to create acceleration. So thank you for seeing us, and we appreciate that very much, Yesenia, and you being here. Margaret, what say you? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful and appreciative of you all's feedback. I am that person that, even though I tend to know that I can gravitate and make people feel comfortable, sometimes it's about making myself feel comfortable enough to just go forward and do it, act. So I kind of get that comfort whenever I'm in front of a group of people that are telling me, you know, you're doing well, you're doing it. So just go out and do it, you know, like you can do this. So that helps with my confidence level. And the next time I'm on your show, I'll be talking about business succession. Okay.
Business succession is in the house. Thank you, Margaret. Amazing. Bella Verita, final, my friend.
Yes, final is every Monday night is what is unblinded, what is the real raw, because this like little magic trick that Sean does, like there's a formula. There's a formula for going from hello to yes. There are now 12 indispensable elements in going from hello to yes. And there are 4 energies. And every Monday night, Sean actually unpacks what they are, highlighting 3 different businesses, which I believe Holly is going to be on Monday. Yes, Holly?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so excited.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Yay.
she'll be back on Monday. So we invite you all to join us on Monday night to learn the formula and how you can apply it to your business. And then someone from the Unblinded team will definitely be reaching out to you to hear how your day was on the Real Raw and to see if there's anything that we can do to support you in your business.
Yes. Thank you. Bella, you are extraordinary. This may be the end of our journey together. And if it is, thank you. Influence is a superpower. It controls your money, time, and magic when you know what to do with it integrously and how to get yourself to do it. But hopefully it's just the beginning of our work together. So Bella, we are all blind.
And just learning to see.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.